Let's do that. All right, computer science fans. Basically, this whole unit is on strings, okay? And we're starting what we call string methods. Now, we've already done math methods, but string methods are things to help us use to manipulate a string. Now, one thing I will say, a string is an operator, while integer, double, and booleans are data types, okay? The reason I make this clear, I say this, is because we do not have methods for data types, okay? But string is not a data type. It is a specific type of, it's an operator, a specific type of operator that actually is holding text, okay? And don't worry about the difference between an operator and a data type. Just understand that because it's not this, we can have all sorts of things to manipulate it in this sort of way. This is also why string is capitalized. C-A-P-I-T-A-L-I-Z-E-D. Unlike the others, okay? That's why it's a when we declare it, it's a capital S versus the others are all lowercase. The biggest difference is how we use them. Unlike data types, objects cannot subtract. Okay? Characters. Instead, a string is recreated using pieces of other strings. Basically, a string, we can build it or recreate it using pieces. Okay? So let's play with that a little bit. So for example, what I'm trying to say is you can't do this. I can't say, hey, here's a string. I can't subtract something from it, add something from it. I can't divide by 2. All of your mathematical operators do not work on it. It's just how it is. And, you know, over here, really? Since when could you subtract a number from a word? That's just silly, plus 2. All right? Normally what that happens here is, remember, this actually concatenates and turns it into a silly 2. It would actually do that sort of thing. But I can do this sort of stuff. I have different strings, A string, B string. If I add these two strings together, it's not really adding in the mathematical sense. It's what we call concatenating. It mushes them next to each other. So instead of 2 words, hello and world, it's 1 word, hello, capital world. Okay? And the same idea if I do something like this. If I have a variable plus a string literal. Remember, a string literal is the actual string itself, while that is the string variable. Which, again, we're going to use in that terminology again later. And then that just, again, concatenates just like it would up here. It takes the 2 and mushes them together. Okay? So again, remember, the plus sign in this case is not acting normal. It concatenates the 2 independent strings into a new one. It takes one string plus a new second string, and it turns them into a new string that is mushed all together is what's going on. Cool? All right, let's keep going. Feel free to pause or anything if you want to back up. One thing wonderful about a video is you can always back up and listen to it again if you need to. All right, the length method is actually one of the more common ones. We're going to start there. The length method returns, oops, I need a pen, R-E-T-U-R-N-S, that is an R, believe it or not, the number of characters in a string. Okay, this is a no parameter method. There are no parameters to it. So basically there's nothing we need to put, we don't need to put anything in the parentheses right there. All right, and remember, a method is called by typing the string. That can be the variable or the literal, a period, and then the name of the method. Okay? If there are parameters, you put them in the parentheses. Now, again, this is a no parameter method, so we don't need to worry about that. But that's just reminding you what a method is. And note, this can be a string literal or a string variable. Okay, remember the literal is the in quotes, and the variable is like X, that sort of thing. Cool, we said that earlier. I'll scan up again real fast. String literal is, all right, this would be a string variable. This is a string literal because that is literally what is in the string. All right, let's keep rolling. So examples of what is returned. Okay, so if I do the string literal what dot length, it returns a 4 because there are 4 characters in there. Okay. If I do this string variable, because that's the variable length, okay, the variable has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it returns a 9 because there are 9 characters. I can even do this. I can even concatenate instead of parentheses, then do dot length, and that'll return a what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll return a 7. Okay? Because that is physically how many characters are in here after it concatenates them together. Now, note, these bits of code by themselves do nothing useful. By themselves, they do nothing useful. They must be placed with other expressions and operators in order to be of use, okay? So just like, you remember your math methods, math.pal by itself, yes, it creates the exponent, but unless you set it equal to something, like set it equal to something over here, or you put it in a print statement or something along those lines, unless you do that, then it's essentially a wasted space. You're not doing anything. Okay. All right, so how we use it. Speaking of making it useful, just like we said earlier, if I have a name, Roger, and I say name to the length, so this is what actually gets the number. So that's going to get the number 5 because there are 5 characters in Roger. Save it to A, and then it'll print out A. So it prints a 5 to the screen. Okay. That's if you want to save it in variables and print the variables. Again, you could just stick it straight in a print statement and go straight to there. So string.length, computer has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 letters in it. So it'll print 8 to the screen. Okay. Pause the video, take a few seconds, and try these 3 on your own. Okay, go ahead and pause the video. I hope that you paused it. And your answer should be 10, 8, and 14. Let me check my work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the last one, Ed, and Eddie. Yes, it counts the spaces. It's going to concatenate all of that together in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep. There it is. Cool. Have any questions? Ask your neighbor, see what's going on there, see if we can help each other. Or write it down, ask me on Tuesday. All right, let's keep going. Or email me. That would be fine too. Next page. All right, string indexing. Okay, this is actually very important. A string is basically a collection of characters in a specific order. Okay, so just a collection of characters, not necessarily a word, it's just a bunch of characters. The position, P-O-S-I-T-I-O-N, of a character is referred to by its index. And Java is a zero index language, meaning it starts counting at 0. Some languages start counting at 1. Java starts counting at 0. Actually, most of them will start counting at 0. Okay, it's basically we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just back up 1. All right. So if I have string apple equals the literal apple, the A would be at index 0, position 0. The P is at position 1. The second P, third, that's 4. Okay, they're in that order. But they start counting at 0. That's all that means. So unicorn, the letter U is at index 0. All right, see if you can fill the rest of these out real fast. Go ahead and pass it. But anyways, the letter C is at index 3. Okay, remember it's 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. The index 1 refers to the N. The index 4 refers to the O. And the index 7 refers to the, it's an error. There is no index 7. All right. The string straight up doesn't go that far. 7 would be the next letter after the N. Okay. And this would compile, but if you tried to grab index 7 while running, it would go, oh, there's no 7. And it would poop itself. There's my poop emoji. And stop working. That's what it is. So that's the length method. Length tells you how big is the string, how many characters are in the string, spaces included. The substring method is very common to need only. It is very common to need only a little bit of a string. All right. Often you need just a piece of it. The substring method, and it is all lowercase. This, I still think I'm typing this wrong every time I do it because it is not camel cased. This you would think would be capitalized, but it is not. Whatever. Technically, it's actually two different methods. The difference is whether you use one or two parameters. And Java will know what you mean by how many you use. If you only give it one, it will use the one. If you only give it two, it will automatically use the two parameter method. So you don't need to worry about that. But we'll talk about it in a little bit. The one parameter method prints everything from the given parameter to the end of the string. So think of the one parameter is start here. Start here. Okay. So example, string S is computer, and they want substring 4, s.substring 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to print uter. It's going to start with the fourth character. Okay. Try the next one if you haven't already. Pause the video, try the next one. Substring 4. Oh, we just saved it into the word in the string name, back into name, and then printed the name. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it starts with the G space. Washington. And again, it's not really going to print an underscore, but it will. I'm just trying to leave the space there. Cool. All right, let's go to the next page. The two parameter type. Let's go back to green. Prints everything from the first parameter up to, but not including the second parameter. So basically, it is start and then up to this, but not including it. Okay. So it's the exact same pattern, the first number is still the starting, just like we did on the one parameter. But the second one tells you where to stop, but it does not include that one. Okay? So example, scomputer, we'll use scomputer again, S, and we'll print out from 2 to 6. Well, it starts the 2, 0, 1, 2. So it starts with the M. And then it stops the 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is this 6 right there. M-P-U-T, but we don't print the E because it doesn't include the 6. Okay? So think of it as a basically start, but not including the second. So it's like the first one has the equal to bar, the second one does not have the equal to bar, if that helps you out at all. If that confused you, well, then ignore it. But still, that's what it is. All right, do the next one. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. G-E-W-A-S-H. Birds wash. Ooh, isn't there an I? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Oh, it does have the I. But the I is at 11. Cool. Note, if a parameter is out of bounds, the method will return an error. It will compile, but it will break down when ran. So, for example, if I did substring 2 to 38, well, obviously there are not 38 characters there. All right, this will compile because the syntax is correct. The actual statement you made is a correct statement in its syntax. It's kind of like saying, take a sentence that's, it's the noun, verb, direct object. All right, you've got a sentence that is correct syntax, but it makes absolutely no sense. The shed ran red. The shed ran red. What does that even mean? That's a nonsense statement. So yes, the syntax is correct, but it actually makes no sense. So again, the computer will get to this point right here and go, oh, I can't do that, and poop itself. All right. Fill in the parameters needed to get the desired output. Here's what I want you to do. If you can do it in one, only use one. but if two are needed, use two. So example, if I wanted to print low world, all right, the world goes all the way to the end, so this is a 1. So I start right here, 0, 1, 2, 3. And it's going to the end, so I don't have to. Pause the video, try them out, see what you can do, and I'll throw the answers up here. All right, jingle all goes up to the end, but we're starting with the space, so that is at spots. That is at index 6. Print ball. Ball does not go in the end. It goes up to, but not including the exclamation point. So I want to go from the B to that. That is from the 5th index to the 9th index. That's where the exclamation point is. Print it's me. So it's me, Mario. All right, so what we want to do is we actually want to start with the 0 right here. And we want to go up to, but not including, the comma. So we'll start with 0, start at the beginning, and go to the comma at 7. Okay. Unch. Okay, again, that goes to the end, so that's 8. We want to start right there. And we got Pika. There we go. Ika. So we want to start with the I, and we want to stop before that third A. So that would be from 1 to 5. That would be what it is. Cool. All right, well, get to your lab, see how you do. I'll zoom out a little bit. I'll be back on Tuesday. You can email me with questions, but I can't promise I'll get to them today. Just how it is. All right, how do I stop this? I think I go over here, and I hit